Big Bad B. Ross, back on the mic.
Yoza. Episode 12. Episode 12. We are late February. We celebrated Brano's birthday with a podcast the other day. Georgia was in that too. That was a not bad night.
Good night, fun night. Really enjoyed it.
Rain's pretty annoying, but kind of fun as well.
Yeah, I quite liked it. I quite had a really fun night.
Yeah. It was good. Today we're gonna smash into a little bit of don't know if you can see that, Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche, and it's mainly just like the last fifth or something of it. I've just got some interesting quotes from him.
What's the last fifth? Is it like little short ones?
I don't know. No, it's not. It's not the little short ones. But you know, if we run out of shit, we can go to the little short ones. That's easy enough. Anyway,
Now who's Friedrich Nietzsche?
yeah, we reckon he's pretty on.
Oh, he's pretty fucking trippy, isn't he?
German philosopher from late 1800s.
Something like that. Yeah,
Late 800s, I think. And he went mad towards the end of his life because no one was appreciating his work.
Mm-hmm.
And just as he went mad, karma came around and people started appreciating his work.
And he got real sick as well.
Yeah, he died from that
Yeah.
madness. And
Well, he died from something else, but yeah, he was sick.
yeah, I actually don't know too much else of his background.
I think he was like.
He's got an awesome mustache.
He's got an awesome mustache. I think he was like super genius. Got asked to be like a lecturer at a varsity when he was like I don't know the specific age, like early 20s or something, which was completely unheard of back then. Like usually you had to work for years, I think, to become a lecturer, and they were like keen as on him to be one, and I think he did it. But then I'm not sure what else. I think he also had like some trouble with his wife or something. His wife left him.
Yeah,
And that made him
I wouldn't be surprised he had some woman troubles.
Slightly bitter against women.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's super articulate, and I don't know. His writing style is very
Poetic.
poetic, and strikes a sense of awe within you.
It does. It's real weird, eh? Like you can't tell whether you read some of his stuff and it's like it's either the most enlightening, beautiful thing I've ever read, or he's just extremely good at writing things that are like available for like multiple interpretations by anyone.
There is a lot of interpretations that can.
Is he
be
like
taken.
the best? What are those guys called? People who like predict your future. Is he like the best one of these ever?
Prophet?
Oh yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean. You go
Yeah,
to
I
them
know
and they
what
look
you
at
mean.
your hand and then they tell you what's going to happen in the next year. Is he just the best?
Psychic.
Yeah, is he psychic? Yeah, is he like the best one of these ever?
Yeah.
He just wrote stuff where everyone just reads it and goes, "Oh, that's very applicable to me." But I don't know. I think some of his stuff's pretty profound. I don't know.
Yeah, some of the shit you just kind of read it, sit back, and you're like, oh, well, you should definitely go read it, because we're not going to read too much of his stuff today, but we're going to go over some of the ideas that
It's not a very long
got
book.
from him.
Long book,
No,
but
it's
it's
very
very
short.
hard to read.
it is quite difficult to read. And so it's
Fuck yeah.
just in like paragraphs, pretty much. And I think there's like 6 chapters, but with an overarching theme, but nothing. It's kind of all over the show. He kind of just writes down.
Philosophical book, like how you should conduct yourself in life and stuff, and like with his views on all these different things. It doesn't really have any narrative or anything.
Yeah,
It's
no
just
narrative.
just little points that he thinks. But like the chapters all have different parts. Like we'll give you one, like chapter 1, prejudices of philosophers. So obviously things that like kind of
Prejudices
yeah,
of philosophers.
yeah, philosophers, things that they won't look at. How they think they view the world from like a completely objective standpoint, but really it's all their experiences. So they are biased, but they delude themselves into thinking that they're not biased at all and they're completely free of like any other control. But nope, you're
Yeah.
not. But yeah, he's very good at that. He's very good at like looking at things from every single angle.
He is. Anyway, we'll kick you off with the first point here, and we're just going to kind of go through these bullet points and discuss them and take them wherever they go. There might be some tangents.
There might be some tangents, eh?
Precursor. Okay, the first one is love shows off rare traits and it's deceptive to their normal character.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
yeah,
reckon?
self-explanatory. Just when people are in love,
Mm.
it puts them into that change. It changes them.
Makes
It changes them.
Makes them irrational. Makes them erratic.
Yeah, it is an irrational emotion.
They put this fucking random thing.
It's super intense happiness, really, isn't it, love?
It's weird. It's a super intense happiness and sadness. It's like this random thing that isn't real that they put above all of their previous conceived
Yeah,
virtues and realities. No, this is more important. It's like, and someone else from the
Prioritise
outside is
something, yeah.
like, is it?
yeah.
Is it more important than all this other shit that you've loved forever? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely is. I'm telling you it is, bro. You don't know. I think you might not know right now.
I suppose what I also get from that is when you first meet someone and you fall in love with them at first sight, then that's going to be
I just can't say that's ever happened to me.
yeah, neither. But
No.
for those who do, that's going to
Definitely lust first sight.
lust first sight.
Happens regularly to me.
Love at first sight. If that changes their traits, then you're going to be showing off someone that's not you. And then once they say that relationship did develop,
Like you're gonna put on a facade.
you're going to put on a facade
or
and
you think they would like.
trying to sell them, and then
Yeah.
they're going to find out later on that they're going to see your normal self.
And you're probably gonna do the same thing for you. You're gonna be like looking at them through with these eyes that are just adoring everything they do and looking not critiquing anything they do. Just everything they do is like, oh, that's so
A
cute.
little piece of perfection.
You know? Yeah. Like when if I say a really attractive guy comes up to a girl or something, sees something, and the other guy be like, oh, that was quite cute, that was quite confident, and then a real ugly guy comes up and it's like creepy.
Yeah.
You know? You just got cute goggles on all the time if you love this person.
Yeah, cute
Initially,
goggles, I like
anyway.
that. Or the old honeymoon phase, you know?
Yeah.
Classic. People always
Classic.
talk about that.
It is a classic one.
Right.
Oh my god, he's fucking creepy. It's like, bet you if Dan Carter said that to you, that would be the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah. He's got always something on your lip, mate.
Oh, a bit of egg.
Bit
Yep.
of egg. Right.
Eggs are good for you.
Different systems of morals match personalities. Okay, so that's kind of like aligning your personality type to your morals, pretty much,
Yeah,
to your
definitely.
values and morals.
Definitely.
So, just as a raw example, someone who is
You see what we mean though? Like, he says things and it's like, yeah, definitely right. But he says it in a really nice way where it sort of, I don't know, somehow seems as though he's talking about a lot of different things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he casts a really wide net with such a short sentence.
yeah.
It's
There's some that stick out more than others as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to change with different people through their different beliefs as well. I reckon that kind of matches up to that. The fact that different passages in that book stand out to different people
Yeah.
shows that their moral systems probably match up with their personalities.
Different patterns,
Different systems of morals match personalities.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon 100% true.
Yeah.
You know, we've already we talked about that when we talked about the different personality traits. You know,
Yeah.
some people prioritize just
Peace, harmony.
peace and harmony in the social group. Some people prioritize truth. Some people prioritize, excitement and fun and adventure and honesty. And some people just
Comfort.
would like comfort and lack of confrontation and stuff like that. Some people
And it's
appreciate-
those different moral systems going to make them act differently as well. But it ultimately comes from their personality type.
Tell you what's a trippy one.
Stop
The
that,
different
Veggie.
ones. Some people it seems like some people really care about actions and what people do to you, give you or show up and personally do for you as a way of seeing how much they like you. But some people are just I don't know, what you say and how you act around them. If you seem genuine, they'll appreciate it more. But some people
How you act around them.
Well,
What do you mean then?
well, some people would prioritize bringing giving you a call on your birthday or remembering this thing and sending you something here, and some people would just prioritize how you act around them, if you're being
In the moment.
if you seem as though you're being really genuine and honest to them.
So
It's
some
people's,
people prefer to. So that's almost like giving. Oh, well, not really.
Well, I don't know, I reckon the one where they're remembering and remembering stuff and sending them little things or oh, I picked this up for you. It's almost like a point scoring system. People would jot down these points.
Yeah.
But the other one's I don't know, it seems more
Legitimate character.
It's just I'm just being me. I like you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird.
I think you
it's a
need
weird
both.
weird thing to articulate. Yeah, oh yeah, most people do need both. As much, even if some people are like, no, I don't care about that. It's like you will though.
Yeah,
Eventually.
You just need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
hard.
get paranoid if you don't. If they don't like do the nice things, but yeah, it's trippy. People. Trips me out.
Systems of morals as sign language of emotion. Yeah, that's kind of cool because
Kind of the same one.
it's pretty similar, but just you can actually see, you can almost read people's morals and beliefs by reading just their emotion.
Yeah.
So it's like a language just by the way they react
Yeah.
to something. Like
Yeah.
you're saying, if you get given something, they'll be,
Yeah.
oh, thank you so much.
thank
like,
you, thank
and
you.
it's
It's
like,
like,
oh, they
okay.
liked that.
Yeah.
Like, that's obviously something that
Yeah.
they appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah. They really like.
Whereas another person might just be like, oh, yo, sure. Sure.
Cheers. This is a bit random.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? What was the reason? You're almost like skeptical of people doing that. Here you go, here's a present.
Well, it's almost sets like a standard of like, are you wanting this back as
Yeah.
well? Like,
Yeah. Do you want this reciprocated? Because like, I'd much rather we're just like chill with each other.
Yeah. But
Yeah, you definitely can. Hey?
Yeah, emotions as a kind of like a language, which is inspired by the morals.
Yeah, you can like even if you don't say things to people, you can see how they react. Like you can be like, oh, I think we're gonna get on, or
Yeah.
oh, he's real pissed off. It's like if someone's like, I don't know, does something that you wouldn't agree with, you can almost be like, this ain't gonna go well.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna go well. Oh my god, did he leave that there? Pick that up.
Suspicion in those who think to prove something.
Suspicion in those who think to prove something.
Yeah, so if
Oh,
people
yeah.
are studying to
Just
setting out to prove something as true,
to further their agenda.
then you know, to prove their agenda right.
Yeah, it's like
It's
you've
not a good motivation for
what's it-
studying or
yeah.
thinking.
Oh well, it's just like I know you haven't been looking at the other side.
Straw manning the other side, eh?
That is contrary to your things. You've just been confirming everything that you
Just
already
try-
believe.
We're
With.
trying to find things that go with your agenda. And
Yeah.
now there's just so many facts. It's like, well,
Mm.
you know.
It's very easy to do that. You just stack your own deck in favor of your own opinion. It's like if anyone comes at me,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I got all these things. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. But like at the same time,
You need to be able to defend yourself as well.
oh, it's like the only like in most situations, it's the only one that's useful. Like not very often are people just like people like in a business setting or anything be like will they be encouraged to like look at both sides? They'll be like, this is what we do. Figure
Yeah,
out
no,
shit.
it's a hard thing to
Yeah.
not do.
Yeah, figure out shit that this is that will benefit this. Like you've really got to be, I don't know, you got to be a real big like a really free thinker to actually just be able to be like, right, I actually just am enjoying learning both sides just for the sake of.
But I would argue that
Bettering
if you
myself.
are learning both sides and making them both as strong as you can, then you're going to have the best insight into what is the best idea.
Yeah, I reckon it's the best. Then like, well, it strengthens even if you do already have a bias. You
Yeah.
build the other side up so you can like, and then you're like, right, this is probably the best thing that anyone is gonna say to come at my
Counteract
idea.
your
And it's
yeah.
like, well, if I know it already, I can prepare for it.
Yeah.
You don't just like
Even if you still don't agree with that idea completely,
No.
knowing what the idea is.
don't
so
be
that you're ready.
ignorant to the idea.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, didn't see that one. You know, you're like in the dark when people start throwing shit at you.
And don't say no when you're proven wrong, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it comes down to.
Learn. Yeah, it's good. Like, yeah, definitely. Well, it's like what Jordan Peterson says about like the idea having to be able, like, it needs to be able to stand up to criticism for it to actually be a actual good idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
an actual good one.
Okay, this is kind of similar again, but the narrowing perspective a system of morals creates.
The narrowing perspective. Oh yeah. Well, what is that? Is that just you just favour
Just
you?
single-mindedness again.
Yeah.
Yeah, just falling into your system of morals too much and forgetting about the other morals.
I definitely do that. I do that all the time. I reckon. All the time.
I think it's hard not to.
Yeah, it is fucking hard not
Once
to.
you define morals that you consider to be the best,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's hard not to favour them,
Definitely.
and it's hard to
definitely.
like get them out of your head.
Yeah. Like, especially like if someone says something and I'm quite argumentative, like I'll just be like, right, we're gonna do this, and it's like, oh, I should have just stepped back and like appreciated that other people don't want to have this discussion.
Yeah.
But it's so difficult to do. It is
Yeah.
genuinely so difficult to do.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's like, I wouldn't care about it. And it's like, you've got to put yourself in their shoes. But it's just so difficult to put yourself in their shoes as well, because if you're putting yourself in, if you're like trying to put yourself in their shoes from your shoes, you'd be like, well, if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't care. You've actually got to, figure out what they.
It's a bit of a paradox.
Yeah, you got to actually know, like, speak to them and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be able to sit back and let it fly.
Yeah.
Pick in the right time.
Mm.
Faith as instinctual
Faith is instinct.
for humans,
Oh yeah, I reckon so.
embedded within our nature.
Yeah, I reckon definitely.
I think we long for faith. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know. People get scared if there's just like this big unknown thing that they don't know what's going on. What happens when we die? Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that. I don't want to not know.
Mm.
I'll just take this. I'll just latch onto this thing. This sounds good.
And any answer is better than no answer.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't
Yeah.
want. I want to go to heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven sounds good. Sounds better than like rotting in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how far back that would go. I wonder if you could like study if.
Like dogs and stuff.
Yeah. Faith.
I don't know. Maybe they probably think we're like gods.
Yeah. Maybe they have faith in us.
He
Eh?
brings our food.
Because we keep bringing food. Yeah.
Bring the food. Oh god.
Mm.
Yeah. No, probably, bro. I don't know.
Faith's pretty fucked up in general, really.
It is,
I
it
mean,
is.
not just spiritually as well. Like faith in someone to fulfill with what they've said.
And having faith in people
Yeah, faith in people.
creates a bit of vulnerability, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hard.
So everyone has some degree of faith in
Yeah.
their life.
You'd think if you're like a rational animal, you wouldn't have faith in other people.
No, you should
You'd be like, fuck that.
yeah,
Completely independent.
but it's not going to work well for humans.
No. No.
And he's suggesting that it is innate. Like,
No, that
Can't
probably is
deny
what animals do. They probably don't have faith in anybody else.
you reckon?
And maybe that's why we're so good. Because like you think about like economics and like the social system that we live in now, it is basically just faith in everyone that they're going to keep everything working all the time. No, other animals don't really
yeah,
do
we have
that.
a lot of faith in
Yeah.
the whole power working
Yeah.
consistently.
Everything working, eh?
Anything.
Other animals are just like, I got to get food. I'm going to go get it myself. But we're like, oh, I'm pretty hungry. They'll suss it.
Yeah.
They'll suss it. Don't worry about it. It's actually quite amazing. It's like
I don't
trust.
know, though, to an extent, because surely like females and I mean the babies must all have faith in females to like kind of look
Yeah.
after them.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
females just have faith in the men to kind of.
Familial. Yeah. Oh, but a lot of animals, the females don't have faith in the men. Like a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of females, they'll
I'm
like
not saying all animals.
they'll like
but some.
shoo the men away. You know, like fuck off. You're like you'll eat this baby or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like you're sketchy, bro. Yeah, I mean, we just like got all this trust for everyone. Even if people like think like, oh, I don't really trust people. Like I'm pretty skeptical. It's like you do though.
Yeah, yeah.
When you look at your actions, you do trust people.
Well, you can't really get by if you don't trust anything.
No,
like,
you can't
it's
drive.
just going to be a world of chaos.
You can't
like,
You can't drive along the road.
Yeah.
Oh, I trust you're going to stay in that lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Boom.
Your faith is pretty much like it's like faith in order, kinda.
Oh, faith. Just faith in that everyone is like has the same sort of unified goal. That they're going to be like, yep, we agree to these. It's agreeing to a set of rules, eh? Trust and I don't know. That was a good one.
Knowledge as reason.
I know what that means. Knowledge as reason.
I can't really remember what I meant by that either.
What does it mean? Or I'll take a swing in the dark, like increasing your knowledge, so as you can make better informed decisions and reason better. Because if you don't know anything, your reason means nothing. You know, because reason is just how you would put together past experiences and like things you've previously learnt to form a informed decision about something you're going to do in the future. So I guess if you don't have any knowledge, then it's like your
so
informed
it's just
decision
like
means shit.
rationality, kind of.
Well, like you got to learn. You got to learn stuff.
You can't
like,
have reason without knowledge.
Yeah, like even if a baby sits there and you go reason, like to a 4-year-old, okay, what do you think you should do in this situation? If it's even moderately complex, the baby's just gonna be like, I think I do this probably wrong. You don't know anything, so you don't have anything to weigh against each other.
Yeah.
You know, I reckon people do that a lot of the time too. Just jump into things without knowing, but they're like, oh, it seems reasonable to me though. But it's like, yeah, but you don't have the tools to even think about it critically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pays off sometimes, but
like, how can you not do it? Everyone's so confident in their own ability to like think and reason. It's pretty difficult to tell someone like you won't be able to reason that.
Just do it naturally.
Yeah, you won't be able to know. Like, what do you think about that? Oh, I bet you I can figure it out if I think about it for 10 minutes. Probably not though.
Yeah.
It's real complex. You probably won't be able to figure it out, eh?
Yeah, and then it comes to like what level of analysis you're going to take something as well.
Yeah.
So you can keep going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Is it over 30 years? Is it over 1 second?
Mm.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We made something out of nothing there. That's what you can do with him, though. You know?
Control over instincts leads to great men.
H. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, we were kind of talking about that the other day with Georgia as well a little bit, weren't we? Just kind of
Yeah.
that being mindful of your emotion. It's pretty similar to that.
That's exactly what I would say her buzz was.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I 100% agree with.
Control over instincts leads to great men.
Which is why I kind of don't agree with, like, this... Like...
That means catering to them as well. Like, you've got to provide for your instincts as well.
Yeah, but you know how there's, like, seems to be, like, There was, like, I don't know if it's still happening, but I feel like when we were younger, maybe I'm imagining this, there was, like, some sort of like a buzz at, like, schools and stuff to, like, act how you feel. They were always like, oh, well, if you feel that way, you know, I'm angry, act like that, you know? Oh, be happy, wave your hands in the air. I'm sort of like, is that a good thing to be telling? Is that a good thing to be telling kids? Just act out your emotions all the time?
Well, the reason it could be like, does that
was probably,
yeah, it's the whole expressing themselves thing. It's like,
I think it was just anti-bottling emotions up. But it's like,
yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
I don't know, like, you got to think about the other side as well.
Maybe it's getting their brains used to the emotion as well.
Understanding what that feeling means.
What it means.
It's
Maybe
more-
they got to learn what the emotion is first before they can control it.
Yeah. Oh, right. They were like telling them, like, that's angry.
Yeah. Trying to
Yeah.
make it what it is, and then they can also identify other people in those states.
Yeah, they can too.
Like, oh, that's what that looks like.
Hard. But it seems like a risky thing to tell people. Just act out your emotions all the time. You feel like this, put your hands in the air. It's like, what is going to happen when you're an adult?
Yeah.
I'm pretty angry. Punch that guy in the head.
Yeah, but surely that's when your reason comes in. Surely.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're like a, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I
normal
reckon
human.
I reckon it could be beneficial to teaching kids to control their instincts.
Yeah,
I don't
hard,
know
eh?
though.
But then once again, like, both of those sides, you take it to its extreme and it's bad.
Yeah.
Control your instincts.
Yeah.
I
Nothing.
I don't feel anything.
A computer.
You tell me everything to do.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously moderation. Social norms lead to virtues, lead to morality. Oh wait, maybe I misspelled that. Yeah, social norms lead to virtues, what people class as virtues. They eventually get risen to virtues, and then that becomes part of people's morality. And then the buzzy thing is, then once those virtues reach their extreme, they start declining in terms of their virtueness.
Like
Do you know what I mean?
if people put too much
Yeah.
emphasis on a virtue, then it just ends up destroying everything.
Yeah. Well, once it's taken to its extreme, it kind of starts.
That's weird as well that they say social norms lead to virtues, lead to morality. When people I feel like the normal way of viewing it would be that the virtues come from each person, but it's like, no, he's like, nah.
Yeah, he's saying
It's just absorbing. You're absorbing everything that's around you and dictating your virtues
confirmation
by
bias
that.
from
Yeah,
everyone else.
yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah, I
weird.
reckon it probably is though.
Yeah, I reckon it probably is. Yeah, but like, you wouldn't think about it. You wouldn't like to think like that. Most people would probably.
No, you want to think it's from
prefer
you.
that it's you. Yeah, I would say it
That's
is.
the same with like the whole original idea thing.
Yeah.
You like to think you have an original idea, but the
Well, it's
chances are
The same as like people who say like they don't believe in Christianity and stuff, but it's like, you kind of do though.
you act it out a little bit.
You kind of act like you do. Yeah. Like, you don't
Just
ki-
religion
you
in
don't, you don't
general,
kill
I
any.
suppose.
You don't kill anybody or steal anything.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that if you think it's all bullshit?
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's interesting. And you'd think it would go in a circle then, because then when the morality comes, then like that would also be like a feedback loop into the social norms of the future.
Yeah, I'd say it would work in a circle. I'd say it
It's just
does
like
with the generations.
Yeah. I wonder if there's just like a
whole.
big-
If you look at the
yeah.
whole life scale, if there's just one.
I don't know
middle
how
line,
you'd analyze it.
but
and
like a middle line.
get a
and it's
data
going
set.
like a sine wave.
just survey people with the census and virtues. What are your virtues? And you just
Yeah.
get this massive market.
See where it's coming from.
Oh, we've had a spike in ignorance here. Trip. Oh, a lot of compassion coming here.
Yeah.
And there was a recession. Oh, independence.
Independence.
Independence really frothed up there. Trippy. Oh, that's an interesting one. That wasn't very well written, though. If you didn't do that, if you didn't mistake that, like, write that better, cunt.
Yeah, no.
Fuck does that mean?
I think I wrote that wrong.
No, don't give him too much credit. He's probably fucked that up.
The power of dangerous instincts with no outlet. So that's kind of jumping to the
Is that like
use
bottling
it-
your emotions up?
bottling emotion. Well, dangerous emotions like
Like pedophilia and shit?
I suppose just violence in general. I
Mm.
suppose,
Mm.
and I like the example of gaming for that. You know, like how people thought Grand Theft Auto is probably bad
Mm.
for kids to play and shit because it might influence them to play. And then the other argument for that is that it's a good outlet.
Yeah, it's a good outlet.
I don't know what the
I don't know.
consensus
What do
is.
you think about that, eh? Because I've always thought about this. Because I remember one day it might have been someone. I'm going to say Jaden Heaps, but that's a complete guess. But someone was speaking about, like, what if boxing was large in schools like rugby is, like everyone boxed. And it's like, do you think there would be less violence and less, like, anger from boys or more violence? And it's like, I almost think there'd be more.
I think there'd be more, but like
I think there'd be more, but I don't know. Because, like,
don't
what
know,
if it was... If you did it right from the...
I do understand the outlet thing.
Yeah, what if you did it right from number 5? Because, like, you think about, like, rugby. When you started playing it when you were so young, and there was sort of always a well-established hierarchy of who was good and stuff.
Mm.
Wonder if you did that with boxing and, like, people fought each
The
other.
hierarchy would
Yeah,
just
it would just,
sort
it'd
itself
just be
out.
like, yeah, people would be like, what? And it would just be either like, I know I'm going to beat you, or I know you're going to
But
waste
there
me.
also might be more competition to move up the hierarchy.
Oh, yeah, I reckon people would fight. Like, I
I reckon
don't
people
know.
would fight.
I reckon people would fight all the time, and like way more people would fight. Like little people who, if they didn't know that, who were too afraid to fight, would fight as well. They'll be like, go on then,
Yeah,
I'll have a devil,
yeah.
I'll have a wee crack. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to think. 'Cause,
Yeah,
there
I
must
don't know
be
about
some
that
countries where they do that. Like Cuba, I know boxing's massive, and I wonder if
This is like Philippines. Is that massive over there?
or Manny Pacquiao's from there. I don't know if the boxing's actually massive or if he was just
He's just
he's
massive.
just mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Cuba, they do it, and that's like that's like a socialist country, and I think it's like the boys box.
Yeah, yeah.
The boys do boxing, and I'm not sure how it would go.
Uh,
But yeah, it's an interesting thing to think. Like, yeah, you got to have aggression outlets, definitely.
What about with sex? That's a powerful instinct.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Need an outlet for that.
Got to have it. Masturbation's all breezy though.
Masturbation. Well, that's what I mean. I would call that an outlet still, though.
Yeah, definitely. Imagine if humans
Imagine
couldn't
if
do
we
that.
Couldn't do that.
We just had like hooves.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
I'm pissed off.
Can't do anything about it.
Can't do anything about it.
Got
Just
a
like,
raging
yeah,
boner.
you're just
and
like
you're
humping the street poles
"Fuck
and
me."
shit. Oh god.
Well, yeah. If you didn't have an outlet for that, I'm sure that rape and stuff would increase. No
I think
doubt.
like physical violence between men and shit would increase as well.
Yeah, hard.
Everyone
Just
would
more
just
frustrated.
everyone would just be
all the time.
pissed, more competitive.
Yeah.
We might do really well in some things. Like we're just like fuck, this
Yeah.
is mean as at sports. Everyone's just going ham all the time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you got to have an outlet, eh? But I don't even know like some aggression outlets. I reckon make people. I don't know. Like I don't know, but I reckon
People
It's
can
just
get a
a
taste
hunch.
for it.
yeah, people can get a taste for it, eh?
Yeah.
People can be like fuck yeah, and then they wake up the next day like I'm doing that again, and then if
Yeah.
they can't do it, they're like, come on.
Yeah.
I know when I was doing boxing a lot, like if you get more like that. You're like excited. You're like, I really like doing that. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
And then people like, which can create tension. But yeah, maybe it wouldn't if everyone was doing the same thing.
You know, it's having the power but using it wisely.
Yeah, and like
But kids aren't really going to do that.
yeah, if everyone, yeah, kids, yeah, I don't know.
Aggression's a tough one, I reckon.
Aggression is a tough one.
I reckon sex or like sexual desire definitely need an outlet.
Oh, 100%. You get some real weird shit going on.
I suppose you'd go pretty crazy if you couldn't eat for ages as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be quicker than the other ones.
Yeah.
Haven't had a wank in 3 days. I haven't eaten anything all week. I might kill you.
Yeah, I'm fucking pretty edgy, eh? I'm pretty on edge.
Shit.
Right, what's next?
Uh,
Fear can evolve into evil in their eyes.
What does that mean? Like, if you're scared of someone, you vilify them just to like help yourself feel good about being afraid of them.
Yeah,
You'd be
yeah.
like you're a cunt.
Evil
you're an arsehole.
in my eyes. So if I was scared of you,
Yeah, I reckon that
then I
happens.
can make you evil. Yeah.
I reckon that definitely happens.
Yeah.
Definitely happens.
But evil's probably easier to...
Well, like, what is?
It's easier for your brain to get over than fear, I'd say.
Well, that's because Jordan Peterson says people use anger to mask fear. If they're scared of something, they'll just get angry at it.
Oh, yeah. That's
It's
kind of
like-
similar then.
Yeah, it's like, come on. It's definitely, I reckon that people do it all the time. If you feel threatened, it's like putting an animal into a corner. It's like they're shit scared, but then they're like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. It's fight mode.
Yeah, yeah, hard.
Or
Yeah,
fight or
I
flight.
100% agree with that. I reckon you do it all the time. Like people just get irritated, even if if other people have more status than them, they'll just vilify them and just be like, oh, he does this, yeah, but he does that. But it's like, yeah, but those are good things
Fuck
though.
yeah, they do.
Those are good things though.
Mm.
You know?
That's almost jealousy as well, though. Jealousy could evolve into evil.
Yeah.
in
But it's
their
also
eyes.
it's fear in like a little way in the fact that they feel like they fear the fact that their higher status is like shit. They're like irritated.
They
Like,
feel
they're not
threatened
physically,
by their status. Yeah.
they're not physically scared of them.
Yeah.
But it's like, God damn it, you're like better.
You're doing better at life.
Yeah,
you're doing better.
You're up there a little bit. Like you could probably call me out in a social setting, and it's
Yeah.
like, if all
Push comes to shove, you got me.
yeah, all guns blazing, you could really fuck me up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no morality without fear.
Oh yeah.
I suppose so, because then if you're not scared of what you could become if you don't act in a certain way.
Mm. Well, what he says about it is like, what is it, like 90% of people's morality is just derived from being scared to suffer the punishments of acting immorally.
Yeah.
I
Being
agree
scared of
with
something
that.
rather than striving to be something.
I agree with that hard out. I do that all the time.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily a bad thing though either.
No, it's necessary.
Yeah.
Completely necessary. But like there'll be so many times, like, especially if you like petty things, like just like little things, like I'm gonna grab that chocolate bar.
Yeah.
It's like like you're not scared of like the criminal punishment, but it's like the social, like, what the fuck if you get caught out? It's like, damn, I'm scared of like them all thinking I'm a cunt though. But like, I want to take that.
That last piece of cake.
Yeah, I wanna eat that shit.
I
Give me
want that.
Especially with like alcohol, like flat parties. Like, I just walk in, it's like racks in that. But it's like, you can't though. You can't.
Yeah, but you
Well,
can.
you can.
Where were we? Okay, let's go.
What do you
Let's
reckon
read
about
out number
that
203.
that one we just said in regards to like the SJWs? Like I feel like they need to get they've stopped the fear of them acting out and being real irrational. Like back in the day, if people were yelling, shouting people down and saying all this shit, surely they would have just been absolutely like ostracized and abused by the other people there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You did, And now they're just like they've like removed it. They're like, no, you can't say that to them. You can't speak like that to them. And now the people are just like, fuck it. I've got nothing to be afraid of. I'm just gonna act really like arrogant and ignorant on all these topics.
Yeah, I suppose.
I reckon that's a bit of a problem, mate. Because like you think about people doing that. Like if you had like a classroom, young teenagers with no teacher there, and people started acting like that. Like if someone started like yelling at someone like that, the whole class would just like shut the fuck up. Like they'd be like
Snap at
they'd
them.
like all attack them like and be like in a way more aggressive fashion.
Yeah, because this. Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's like it would be like conflict. But the only problem is they can't really have that on a large scale society because then it might actually lead to war. Because like what would people do to shut them up?
Yeah.
Well, irrational people might fucking kill them or beat them up, like physically beat the shit out of them.
Yep. It's a possibility for sure.
Yeah.
I'll also say if the SJWs, it feels like fear has definitely evolved into evil in their eyes.
100%. They're scared of everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're not. No, we're not.
Yeah.
You are though, aren't you? You're scared that you're not going to be able to make any money and shit.
Yeah.
You're scared.
Mm.
We're not scared of you. You're just a white man. What? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
An objective
What'd
man.
Sorry, what did you say before though? Were you going to do something?
I was gonna read one, but then it's fucking the one I had written down is so massive.
Yeah, nah. I won't be able to keep up.
Nah, it's way too much.
Mm.
I reckon number 203 must have spoke to Jordan Peterson, is what I reckoned.
What, is that the one that he talks about? in
No,
that
I don't
thing?
know. I must have just felt like I read it
Sure.
and then yeah. An objective man is a mirror.
I don't really understand understand that. Objective man is a mirror. Well, I guess it doesn't have any biases. He just actually like takes in and puts out exactly what he sees. It's not like skewed by his
hard.
individual.
No subjectivity.
Yeah, he's not like, oh, no, I don't like that, and then sends it out as something that it's actually like isn't. It's a
So he's just
a very
a reflection
interesting
of
way
himself.
of saying it, though. Man is a mirror. It's makes you think. 203, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, 203.
I can't actually see it, bro. Oh no, I can.
Yeah, it's on the last one of a chapter. You reading it?
I've read about it a little bit. It's basically like talking about like the potential downsides of democracy, because like mob mentality can take a hold of people, and then they like vote for immoral things just because they benefit them, but they're not actually what's best for the whole thing, the whole country. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what I was talking about, democratic people and like how it's like degeneratory. But I didn't read the whole thing. It's a big one.
Yeah,
big
fucking one.
big old
One
one.
of the bigger ones.
Yeah, one of his bigger ones.
Right. Skepticism as a sedative, or a drug.
What do you mean? Like, is this sort of like? I'm not 100%.
Skepticism as like a way to, almost like an answer to everything.
Skepticism is like, do you get like paralysis from analysis? Is that what he's meaning? You know, if you're skeptical, then you just keep looking at something and being like, oh, maybe not, oh, maybe not, oh, maybe not, and then you never ever do anything.
You don't get anywhere.
It's like you're drugged.
You're stuck in the middle, yeah.
It's like you're sedated. You're just like,
Yeah.
You never.
Potentially. I could also say that it's might be something that people just fall back on. I'll just sit in the middle because then I don't have to stand up for either side.
Yeah.
You can be skeptical of everything.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not going to take a stand.
So I'm just addicted to that.
Yeah. Yeah. So bad. He's just such a trippy writer.
Oh, do you know what he means by power to will? Yeah, I didn't really understand.
Power to will.
Yeah.
What I would guess it means is like empowering your ability to like self-discipline and like, you know, use your will, like do things that you don't necessarily want to, but in terms that'll benefit you long term, like sacrifice, being empowered enough to like to sacrifice yourself for the greater good or something.
Yeah, so
you know,
forward thinking kind of.
Forward thinking, like your
power
will.
to that.
You're like your will. You know, like if you power to your will, like
I suppose your will is just your morality as well.
Yeah, well, that's like your fortitude and like your.
It's you.
Like resilience and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's you with minus the emotional stuff. Like not necessarily minus it, but like, you know, if you've got a strong.
Because I'd interpret will as something that's powered by. Okay, yeah, maybe maybe not your emotions, but by your values and your morality and whatnot.
Yeah, I'd put it in there as well. But like I would say, like if it's weak, if your will's weak, then you're just going to keep doing things that deep down you disagree with and are like bad for you. But if you've got a powerful will,
yeah, you're betraying yourself, kind of.
Yeah, it's just like if you've got a strong will, then you'll just do anything. Yeah. It's sort of like just like a short line that summarizes all self-help books. Power to will. He's like, suss it out. Stop fucking around. Just do. You know what you want. Figure out what you want.
Do it.
Get her gone.
How are you gonna get it?
Don't stop.
Yeah. Blessed are the forgetful.
I don't know, is that like ignorance is bliss?
I don't know. I wouldn't say forgetful. Forgetful is necessarily ignorance.
No, forgiveful.
But it leads to a state of ignorance because you forget.
I kind of see. Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. I'm thinking it's like ignorance is bliss. What do you think it is? Like forgetful, as in like forgiving, like having the ability to forget previous things and like move forward is bliss.
Yeah, I'd say that one.
You reckon that one? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sticking with the first one, but yeah, it could be interpreted either way.
Instinct as the highest intelligence.
Fuck off.
Ooh.
Don't rate it.
Don't rate it. Instinct as the highest intelligence.
Unless it's like the fastest one. Like it's the most basic.
It's probably the most powerful one.
most powerful, and like it stops you from getting killed.
Yeah.
If that,
And what's
if
at the end
that-
of the day?
yeah.
What is the criteria?
Yeah, is that the only thing?
What defines intelligence here?
But did you die? No. 1-0. Pretty smart of me then, wasn't it?
Well, would that almost like if you say instinct? What about what do you think of IQ then? IQ's kind of instinct because it's a recognition of pattern and whatnot,
Mm.
and that's kind of you do that instinctually.
Yeah. I wouldn't put the 2 and 2 together, but I see what you mean. Like, it's like it's not.
Is intelligence
It's not
an
external.
instinct itself?
Yeah.
Because it's embedded in you.
Yeah, it's embedded in you. Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. I don't really see that. I don't know. I don't see what he means by that. I would never make the. Like I would
You
never.
wouldn't make that
I would
claim.
never expect if someone was talking about instincts to be talking about intelligence.
That's not how you'd interpret it, the word instinct.
No. I get what you're saying though. It's like it's like not.
But then what is an instinct?
Well, I'd just say emotions. Like
Yeah, I would say emotions instinct as well, pretty
Emotion.
much.
I'm hungry. I'm cold. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. It might be the fastest thing. It might be the fastest intelligence because it literally takes no processing time.
I'd say
Just
it's
like- you're just
probably
like,
definitely the fastest. Just
like-
instinctual.
yeah.
You don't even think about it.
Well, maybe that means it's the most
Comes up on you.
intelligent. Because if IQ is measured by the speed at which people can like recognize patterns and process data,
Actually, as a form itself,
yeah, and
instincts is
relative to the other IQ,
processing speed.
like they would have the fastest processing speed.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. That's cold.
Yeah.
Fucking fast.
Yeah.
You don't even think it. Like you literally don't think it. You move before you.
That's our most intelligent part.
Yeah, that's the fastest. That's the most
Developed part of our
well
system.
developed. But man, that was a stretch. We're fucking scraping the barrel on that one.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's what you want, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. It's good fun. Oh god. I watched some South Park the other day. When PC Principal and what's her face have relations, have in work relations.
PC principles and strong woman.
And strong.
Fuck, it's good.
Sharon. Sharon's views on Randy. That took me by surprise.
Yeah, those ones are good, bro. Here we go. I've struggled with this one. Judging morally of those unless intelligent is bad.
What?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Seems like there's a grammatical error in there.
I think I might have written that one wrong. Be aware of what interests the ordinary man.
Be aware, well, I suppose,
Yep.
whatever interests the ordinary man is going to, like, become pretty prominent and,
It's going to become social norms.
yeah.
It's going to become virtues.
Yeah.
It leads back to that.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't just deny what other people are interested in
It
because
is the future.
the majority, the ordinary, I suppose.
Or in a democratic society, it's going to be law.
Yeah. You got to. That's how it works.
Yeah. Yep.
Got to cater to as many people as you can.
Uh-huh.
We love danger. I mean, yeah. We love danger.
I froth danger.
I fucking get off
I
on that
froth
shit.
it,
bro.
eh? Not necessarily danger, but anarchy. Woo!
We love chaos,
Let's
man.
break some stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, it's real fun, eh? Real.
Do you reckon we love danger, or do you think we love the potential for danger?
Oh, yeah, probably more the potential for danger.
Probably more the potential.
Definitely, man. That's what I like. Like, that's if I'm drinking, that's what I like. It's like, what's gonna happen? People are all drunk and shit. Is something crazy gonna happen?
Yeah.
That's the funnest part. It's like, what's next?
Yeah, it is. It's
It's
the
like-
journey, not the
Yeah.
destination.
No, no. Like looking around and you see something happen. It's like, what's going on out there? Because if you're sober, it's like, what's going on out there? Nothing.
Yeah.
Not really anything.
Although when you are in dangerous situations, hindsight's fun. Looking back, you're like, bro, that was fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like, yeah,
Crazy.
that
It's like
was crazy, bro.
You went on a little adventure
Yeah.
outside of the social like norms and even laws sometimes.
Yes.
It's
They're the
like,
best ones.
It's like whoa,
That's when you feel most dangerous.
You're like a naughty 12-year-old who just like ran away from home for a bit, climbed up a tree you weren't supposed to.
We are judged by our duty. Yeah, that's kind of like saying you're judged by your social status, pretty much.
Mm.
Like, judged by your job.
Yeah, judged by
by-
job. 100. Well, yeah, definitely are. Everyone does it.
Well, I don't know. We're kind of almost judged by our salary now as well.
But that would be a job, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know, but that's not necessarily the duty itself.
No, it isn't, eh? Maybe that's like a negative byproduct of a capitalist society. Just judging people on how much money they make rather than like the social good they bring to the
Yeah.
society.
What are they actually?
What
what are they
actually
providing?
doing? Yeah.
What duty are they fulfilling?
Because it does seem like people who were making like $1 million a year, they're gonna, I don't know, they're gonna get more.
Ideally, the people getting paid more would be doing the more important duties.
Yeah, ideally, yeah. But like, what about people who are going over to like Kenya or Vietnam or something and helping people? It's like I feel like people would claim that they're like, oh yeah, I respect her more than that. But it's like, well, see, yeah, but how does that go? You know, this guy's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, do you really, or would you rather go hang out with him?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
You
like
might say
volunteer
that.
work's an interesting one, eh? Because that's
it's awesome.
a very, very beautiful duty
Yeah.
to fulfill.
Shit, yeah, it's fucking mean. But like, and people will claim that they're like, oh, I bloody love that she's doing that. But it's like, well, how would you act though?
Yeah.
Do you really care, or would you forget 10 seconds in?
Yeah.
she did
would you just forget that she
You
did
know?
that?
It's like you wouldn't
did
forget
that.
about the one who's making a lot of money. Probably because coming back to like the fear thing of people above status, it would sort of grind
Kind
you.
of got your eye on them.
You'd be like, ooh,
Well, it's also a goal as well.
yeah, you're almost
Because
in.
you want money.
You're almost in because they've got an aura around them. You're sort of watching it, looking at them like, ooh, like it's like sort of like celebrities, you know,
Yeah.
like obviously a tiny version.
Yeah,
Well, if
volunteer
you're making $1
work's
million a year,
interesting because it
it's
is just fulfilling a duty without that money incentive.
Must be very, very rewarding.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, people are real dicks to you, the volunteers. Cheers, boss.
Oh, yeah.
So you got like a real job or just do this sort of shit all the
No.
time?
Yeah.
What?
You realise this doesn't count.
I just gave you your first bath in like 3 years. Sweet. My mate's got a Corvette.
Okay. I had another number down to see how big it is. Oh, yeah. It's doable. We might close part 1 on this. Honesty, granting that granting that it is the virtue of which we cannot rid ourselves, we free spirits. Well, we will labour at it with all of our perseverity and love, and not tire of perfecting ourselves in our virtue, which alone remains. May it glance some day overspread like a gilded blue mocking twilight, this aging civilization with its dull, gloomy seriousness. And if nevertheless our honesty should one day grow weary, and sigh, and stretch its limbs, and find us too hard, and would fain have it pleasanter, easier, and gentler, like an agreeable vice, let us remain hard, we latest Stoics, and let us send to its help whatever delivery we have in us. Our disgust at the clumsy and undefined, our something in German, our love of adventure, yes, occasional German bits, our sharpened, fastidious curiosity, our most subtle, disguised intellectual will to power, and universal conquest, which rambles and roves avidly around all the realms of the future. Let us go with all our devils to the help of our God. It is probable that people will misunderstand and mistake us on the account. What does it matter? They will say their honesty, that is their devilry, and nothing else.
Devilry? Devilry?
Yeah, devilry.
Yeah.
Sorry. And nothing else. What does it matter? And even if it were right, have not all gods hereto been such sanctified, rebaptized devils? And after all, what do we know of ourselves? And what the spirit that leads us wants to be called? Is it a question of names? And how many spirits we harbour? Our honesty, we free spirits. Let us be careful, lest it become our vanity, our ornament, and ostentation, our limitation, our stupidity. Every vice inclines to stupidity, every stupidity to virtue. Stupid to the point of sanctity, they say in Russia. Let us be careful lest out of our pure honesty we eventually become saints and bores. Is not a life 100 times too short for us to bore ourselves? One would have to believe in eternal life in order to ...
Shit, that was pretty long.
Yeah,
What do you think that one means?
it's only a page, but I reckon it's pretty much saying that you gotta keep faith and honesty.
Yeah, you got to keep faith and honesty. People are gonna hate you.
Yeah.
People
even
are
when
gonna
it
people are
doesn't
gonna
work,
get pissed
yeah.
off. We're gonna get angry if you're honest.
Yeah.
And like if you allow your honesty to like if you get like arrogant in your honesty, then you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Then you start to think that you know everything, and then you're not actually being curious and honest anymore because you're not searching for the shit.
you're
It's
not
good. There's a
searching for
lot of
truth.
lot of points in there. I thought they were pretty like legit. Yeah, you're not searching for truth anymore. I don't really understand the bore part. I guess like if you're just blatantly
neither.
honest and like shutting people, like, I don't know if you like know a lot of stuff and you're like a fucking genius,
Yeah.
and then you just shut people down. They just say something, no, and people are just like, oh, you got to play the game.
Yeah, you
gotta
gotta play the game.
You
for sure.
got to play the game. But then sometimes,
Every
yeah.
virtue inclines to stupidity, every stupidity to virtue.
Well, I'd
That was
say,
kind of what we're talking about with the circle thing.
yeah. Well, if you're like too smart and then you let it you like put your smartness real high up, then you're just gonna be you're just gonna turn into like a.
Well, if you just put a virtue too high,
It's gonna be
then
arrogant.
you
Like-
can't let it purely run you.
Arrogant and like dismissive of other like knowledge.
And other points of view.
Yeah, it's like nah, you're wrong, nah.
Yeah.
But then it's like, but now you're not being smart because you're
Yeah.
being a gay cunt.
Yeah, now you're just being dismissive of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And
You've like
who the
considered.
fuck are you to say that you're always right?
Yeah, it's like the pursuit of intelligence that makes you smart, and then once you think you're smart, you fucked it because
Yeah.
you're just gonna up.
Yeah.
You're not getting any smarter now. Well, you you might be, but if you're being real dismissive, then you're not even like helping other people be intelligent. You're just being like putting them down and being like you're a moron. Thanks, maybe yeah. That was a big one though. God, was that uncomfortable to read?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever read that shit out loud, really.
Yeah, it's fucking hard to read out loud, eh?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's actually some words that like are way easier to read than say.
You don't even know what they mean sometimes. You just read them
Nah.
and you're like, I think I understand the
Yeah,
theme
you
of the
understand what
sentence.
he's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like okay.
And sometimes the word that you don't understand is backed up with like another
Mm,
word that you're like, okay, that is what that means.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a calculated guess that means a bad thing.
But yes, you can see it's pretty deep and hard to interpret. You have to read it a couple of times.
Oh, it's fucking hectic,
several
bro.
times.
It's the weirdest. Like, it's different than anything else I've ever read. I never even knew there was books like this, bro. Before I read this,
Nah,
I
neither.
was
eh?
like, what? This is like stoned like philosophical questions
Oh, it is mean when you're stoned.
on like just times a million. You know, why do you think's out there, bro? Bro, you just read this guy.
Yeah,
He's already figured it all out.
Yeah, this guy will get you thinking at least.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah.
you actually can read it, that's
Yeah.
the hard thing. Like
Yeah.
you got to be able to read it. Fuck yeah, that took me ages to read that shit, and I still didn't. There's no way I understood all of it. Like there's
Fuck
just
no.
points that stand out to you at times, and you're just like,
You're just sort of
Oh,
reading
yeah.
it along, and you're sort of getting knocked around.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh,
it's
okay.
like a fucking getting smashed up in a boxing match.
It's weird at the end. You get to the end, and you're like, or like you get to the end of like the little session of reading it,
Yeah.
and you're sort of like, man, I feel like I learned a lot. And then you're like,
What did I learn?
can't specify anything.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll be back after the break. I'm gonna grab a wee feed, and yeah, we might keep going with this. We've still got a few more, but that was 50 minutes. So
50 mins.
Sure.
Ooh-wee.
holla holla.